Hey peeps, welcome back to Snail TV. Well, just pretty much just been on the wiring and obviously just been busy behind the scenes, guys. So just bear with me until I get most of that all sorted out. Yeah, half boost is looking really good. We'll need to get a couple of parts for it. I'm just trying not to get in anything at the moment, guys. Everything's a bit low at the moment. So as you can see what we've done, so pretty much all wiring is almost all done, guys. So I've just got a couple of sensors to do and then that's it. So all the pretty much the PDM that I've made up is all wired up, ECU is all wired up, all the I need to get air temp sensor, only thing I don't have. The other sensors I do have, everything else is I got. So wired up crank sensor, TPS is wired up, coils, injectors. I've even wired up the old switch and start button, that's all wired up, that everything works. Starter's wired up, if I put a battery everything will work. Fuel pump's wired up, just got it earthed under here. I would have that changed up to a drill and tap out a wire for that. I got two sensors. I forgot I actually had these, so which is good. I'll put one on fuel reg, which I don't have yet, so I will need to have to get a fuel reg. But the other one at the moment, I'm just doing fuel pressure because I'm just doing the fuel T, not fuel pressure, the oil pressure, sorry, because I'm just doing the oil for the turbo. So I'm just got doing a T, and yeah, that'll be ready to go. So dash is all wired up, as you can see under there, guys. Yeah, just everything's just running, just messy just for now, guys. So it's nothing special. Fan wires ran. Yeah, everything's running, guys. So just I haven't eaten everything up yet. I've just put a bit of tape just to get everything where it needs to go. So yeah, everything is there and I'm really happy with how it's turned out. So I do need to take off the throttle body, drill and tap I'll have to weld a little tiny bung for the 1/8 for a air temp. I'll have the air temps going right in there just to read what it's actually coming into the throttle bodies. And then I do need to just weld up all these as well. So because this had a secondary throttle blade, I do need to get rid of weld all them up. I don't want that secondary throttle blade. So that's what we're working with. All right, so yeah, that's all looking good. I'm really happy. I've got a few things I've got to do tonight. Just got a couple of different T's and a couple of sensors, just making do what I've got. Just trying to work with yeah, some stuff and some parts. So that's why I always like keeping old parts and stuff like that, what I don't use, as you can see, guys. Yeah, so everything, little tiny bits, I'll end up actually using everything, and old sensors and stuff, that's where I've actually found them. Yeah, always keep them in the stock, guys. So yeah, with little builds like this, little tiny things like that comes very handy. So yeah, there's actually a couple of things I will need to get to actually have this thing going. Yeah, fuel pressure regulator is a must. I have to get that. Air temp, I don't need it to start it up, but I will put it actually in there, and it will work with it just drilled out, so that's fine. So fuel pressure is a must. And I'll do the oil feed, but oil drain I won't do, but I can actually just cap off the oil drain just for now, just to spray a little WD-40 or something in the turbo just for now, or just to drip a couple of dobs of oil. So that's fine, but apart from that, everything else is, yeah, pretty good. So yeah, everything else looks pretty sweet, guys. So obviously radiator is done, and I will need to get a fan because I do need to make the shroud up, guys. But that's no biggie. But yeah, the wiring is just the sort of the hard neck of it all sort of thing. Just so much time just to run things, and you forget everything that you've done. So yeah, really happy with it. So literally, if I did have power and earth, so there are powers, there are my earths, put that all on one, I could literally flick the switch and start it up right now. So dash would turn on, everything else would turn on, ECU would turn on, and it would go to control other stuff. So it would turn on the fuel pump and whatnot. So yeah, so that's really good. Really happy. So the only other thing, guys, is because I've actually taken out the dash 4 there, what I'm actually going to be doing as well is in here, I'm actually going to be covering all that off. I'm not actually going to use that at all. and I'm actually going to be on there. Not right now, guys. This is going to be later in the new shop. We're actually going to be putting a I'm actually going to be fiberglassing a bevel in there, and holding the new fuel tech. So that's the new thing that I'm going to be doing. Is it's going to be still the same material, guys, but the actual holes there, and the start switch and ignition switch are going to be taken off from it. It's just going to be just a plain old plate dash. That's why I'm going to keep it like that. Just so that I don't need to touch anymore. Don't want to put anything else in there anymore. Yeah, so as I said, I do change a couple of things here and there. That's only because things happen. So, you know, everything changes. I always like changing my stuff up as well, guys. So that's what you like to see. So as I said, there's just a lot of things happening at the moment, guys. In the background, so I'm just doing what I can at the moment. I've still got lots and lots of stuff to do. It's just time at the moment. I do lots of stuff after work, and I've got a lot of things to do for my son and for other things. So we are just making what we can do at the moment. So just want to get these oil fittings done. Just got a couple little things to TIG. I'll just show you what I've got to do. So I've got a T here. That's my my little T that I'm gonna run off of. Alright, guys, so that's gonna be coming out of the block, 1/8 coming out of the block. Then we're gonna be teeing it off, alright, into a oil pressure sensor. Alright, and then off the other side, we're gonna be like that. And I'm gonna be doing just a -3. Only to keep, because it's gonna be running so long. I'll just show you guys. We've got a very, bit of a lengthy excursion to run at the front here, guys. So we're gonna come out of the right here, guys. Alright. Then we're gonna come up, probably sort of a dog leg it, and then we're gonna follow it, and then follow it, and then go into the oil feed. So yeah, that's what we're gonna achieve by obviously neatness and get away from that heat. That's all. But yeah, so let's tap out this other one. I only want to tap that out on the other side. It's just going to be opposite. All right, so this has been modified anyway. This was off of another car anyway. And off the other side, what I need to do is I need to, all right, so that's the thread. I need to weld that into that, and then that into that, like that. Alright, so I need this thread. See that thread? I need that thread on the bottom of this. Alright, so that's what I'm up to. So yeah, let's get a couple of things done, guys. I'll put you on time lapse now, peeps, and yeah, we'll get a couple of things done. Yeah, I'll start up the grinder. Don't tell the next door neighbour, she'll hear it anyway. Yeah, it's only a couple of things anyway, so it's no biggie. So yeah, let's get to it, eh? Alright peeps, so have welded on that fitting, so it's just a screw fitting, comes off as a T, so tigged on that side, tigged on that side for the right bit, and then so now we're going to come off, and then yeah, follow it down, and we've got that beast there as well. We'll get that out and get the sensor on. Alright peeps, so bottom one's on, sensors there, just got to put the plug in, that's the outlet now. And yeah, on that other one over there, so we'll get to make up a line and run down, and yeah, go. All right peeps, that's all done. So yeah, we got that all done there. We just need to get a line to go to the turbo, but we're just going over a few things what we can get done. Turbo needs a O2 sensor, obviously. So I want to put an O2 sensor in there. I'm just going to do one of the exhaust pipes. I'll just have it coming out of the bottom, or even just the top like that. I'll probably do it somewhere like that, so then I can just run the cord up like that there. Yeah, we'll quickly drill the hole out now, take the exhaust off, and get it welded up. Alright guys, yeah, so sensors bungs all done. So all I'd done was, I think it's like an M14 bolt, just tapped it out to an M18 and welded it on. They sell these bungs for about 10-15 bucks, so easier just to re-tap them out and yeah, weld one on. So only needs to go on one side guys, because it is T-piecing into two. So they would read exactly the same on both sides. Yeah, so that'd be fine, and we can wire that up to the ECU. So yeah, that's a good thing done now. What I want to do now is actually take off the throttle body, and yeah, weld up these hoses here, and I'm gonna get some clamps and put the clamps on as well, just so then that's sort of final. Yeah, so just we're gonna take that off, obviously take the dash off with it, and this 7/16 clamp here, and yeah, we'll get that off. Alright, let's do it. Alright guys, so these are the quad throttle bodies here, and as you can see via this one right here, this actually goes right through all the way, and in every single one there's actually a hole, and then you can see there, that one there, that end one, and it connected up to that one there. So the whole way it went through, and that there activated the second throttle. Now we deleted that because we don't want it. Easier, we want to control it just with standard throttle body, as you can see. Alright, all of them open. Alright, that's pretty much was the choke slash it's everything. So it was electronic, so it could shut down, and it could do a lot of other things as well. So it could be traction control, could be yeah, lots of things. So we didn't want it, make life easier. So what we're going to do is take these apart. Alright, so this is the two 10mm bolts on the center. I've already had this taken apart guys, just so I could get the electric throttle out, but now we're actually going to clean it up and yeah, and actually get it all welded up how we want it. I just had it all apart before guys, just to see if it would work, and then now that I know, so yeah, now I know that it's going to work. We take it apart, and yeah, those are the things, these are the bits right there guys. So we're going to clean that off, actually weld them up, and we're going to try to see what we can do here, because we don't want all this stuff here, but they are joint in the center via, you can see that they are all joint together with the little air taps everywhere. So that's no biggie because they're joint. So that is okay. So what we want to do is now, because these are that's between the throttle, so these are joint anyway. So we don't have to weld those up because that's air coming through, and they're going to get bypassed anyway. So that is fine. So what we want is to the ends. So what we'll do is we'll weld up, we'll cut that off, alright, flush that up, and weld that hole up. Same as this side, we'll cut that off, weld that up, flush it up, and we'll do exactly the same with this one. Alright, so this little one here, and what we'll do, we might as well just do it to that one as well, so we get rid of it. Cut that one off, weld that one up as well, clean that up, just so it looks nice fresh guys. So I just got to make sure that there's no air taps in here. I think these are just water running through them, I'm not sure, I just want to make sure. And same as this one here as well. If not, we're gonna have to weld these up. Alright, let's have a look. Alright guys, yeah, so all welded up. Yeah, so just no need to clean it up really. I didn't want to go through, that's all. So I'll wait for these to cool down. I won't cool them off at all. And we'll put these all together tomorrow, I reckon. So I'm just going to get a couple of clamps for the intake pipe. So I need to get 8 clamps, and we can yeah, pop it all back on. So yeah guys, big night. We're just got to get some clamps to put the intake pipe on. But pretty much to even start it, we don't even need it. We need to get a battery or a jumper pack, put the jumper pack on it, put a bit of oil in it, and ready to start guys. So I pretty much want to get it on, just want to get some oil in here, and yeah, put it on the ECU, get the ECU on the laptop, and get it crank over, and make sure we've got the crank wires around the right way, just so we'll see an RPM. And yeah, if we see an RPM, then there's no get it on TDC, and there's no reason why we shouldn't be yeah, be able to fire it. So alright peeps, I'll finish up the video. Yeah, so I've got a few things to get to tomorrow, and yeah, we'll get through the rest of it. So I'm pretty confident by maybe weekend we should be able to get it started on the EMS and see exactly how this turbocharger sounds. So I should be pretty rowdy. So maybe 1 or 2 videos we'll be able to get it running. As I said, let's get a couple of tiny little bits pieces and we're all ready to go. So next thing is to obviously hook it up to the ECU. So I'll get it hooked up to the laptop tomorrow, and yeah, we'll give it a crank over and we'll see if we've got RPM. Set up a TDC, and yeah, it should be able to start from there. So pretty excited about that guys. So yeah, thanks guys, thanks very much for sticking with me at the moment. And yeah, I'll see you on the next video. See you peeps.